the guy just opened the door, and the next second, every girl in the room started praising him like he was a celebrity. But not long ago, he was just another invisible nobody. Everything changed the night he went to that one crazy party, because that's when a demon took over his body. Yet instead of losing control, his kind heart actually overpowered the demon. Since then, whenever other demons appeared, he'd transform without hesitation and send them back to hell. But this time, things got complicated. A paparazzo accidentally filmed proof that demons exist among humans, and if that footage ever went public, human history itself could be rewritten. So the boy set out to track down the man behind the camera, only to realize it was the same creep who'd been harassing his little sister. Meanwhile, the paparazzo rushed to sell the video to a newspaper. He thought this was his ticket to fame, but the editor laughed it off, claiming the footage looked like cheap CGI. Angry and humiliated, the paparazzo stormed out and sat in his car, unaware that his boss was actually a demon parasite. Moments later, a slimy shadow crept in. The paparazzo screamed as his body was swallowed whole. On the other end of the call, a woman waited for him, unaware that he was no longer human. When she met him at the hotel, soaked from the rain, she asked if she could take a shower first. The demon called his master, then slipped into the bathroom, leaving the man's body behind as it melted into a pool of black liquid. It slithered into the bathtub, wrapping around the woman like a living nightmare until she passed out. At that same moment, the boy tracked the signal and arrived at the dorm. When the door opened, a girl in a bathrobe stood there, and before he could react, she dropped the robe and threw herself at him. Just as the editor prepared to strike from behind, Kevin pulled the trigger and blew his head clean off. He had been listening to their plan the entire time through the paparazzo's phone. The boy exorcised the demon from the girl's body, but the poison it left behind started eating away at him. As he stumbled through the city in a haze, a white-haired beauty stopped him. She smiled and said, "Let me give you a free lesson." Then she dragged him straight to the training ground, where their lesson turned into something a lot more intense than either expected.